Denmark's qualification for their fourth World Cup finals was a superb achievement. Martin Olsen's side were far from favourites when the draw for the group stages was made. Paired with much-fancied Portugal and near neighbours Sweden, few expected Denmark to finish atop Group 1. But that's exactly what they did. The Danes lost just one of their 10 qualification matches, that coming in their final group game when qualification was already assured. Their campaign began back in September 2008. A 0-0 draw in Hungary hardly set pulses racing, but a point gained was a positive start. If the stalemate in Budapest had been forgettable, Denmark's next game would prove to be anything but. A terrific 3-2 win against Portugal in Lisbon was arguably the pivotal moment in Group 1 and instilled a sense of belief in the Denmark squad that a place in South Africa was theirs for the taking. The home side took the lead 3 minutes before half-time when Nani tapped in from close range. It seemed for a long time that it would be the only goal of the game, but 6 minutes from the end, Niklas Bentner drew Denmark level, cutting in from the edge of the box and firing into the bottom corner. Portugal restored their advantage when Deco converted from the penalty spot 2 minutes later, but Denmark refused to accept defeat. With just seconds of normal time remaining, Daniel Jensen swung over a corner, which was met by Christian Poulsen. He powered his header beyond Kim in the Portugal goal. A draw would have been an excellent result for Denmark, but they made sure of a first ever competitive win against Portugal in the second minute of stoppage time. Jensen tried his luck from distance and saw his effort take a huge deflection off Pep to find the net and seal a famous win, handing Portugal their first defeat in World Cup qualification since 1996. That meant Denmark were one of 3 teams on 4 points after 2 games. There then followed successive 3-0 wins against Malta. A Søren Larsen brace and Daniel Agger's penalty did the damage in what was Denmark's final qualifier of the year. When the campaign resumed in March 2009, Denmark again cruised to victory against the Maltese, earning a 3-0 win. They then secured a hat-trick of 3-0 wins when they beat Albania in their next qualifier. Denmark's next big test came against a familiar foe, with a trip to Sweden in June. It was to prove another away day success for Olsen's men. Kim Karlström missed an early penalty for the hosts, and a 1-0 win for Denmark came courtesy of Thomas Kohlenberg's 22nd minute goal. Bouncing on a dreadful clearance from Michael Nielsen, Kohlenberg reacted quickest to slot the ball beyond Andreas Isaksson and secure all 3 points. 2 draws in the space of 4 days then followed. 1-1 at home against Portugal was followed by the same score in Albania. That meant Denmark were top of the group with 18 points from 8 games, 3 ahead of nearest rival Sweden, who visited Copenhagen in the penultimate qualifier. Denmark knew that a win could secure their place in the World Cup finals, whilst the visitors were similarly desperate for the points. Their qualification hopes were very much in the balance. A typically tense 90 minutes were to follow. Sweden had 2 goals disallowed in the space of 3 second-half minutes. Denmark steadied themselves and made the breakthrough 12 minutes from time. It came from an unlikely source as Jakob Poulsen registered his first international goal in his first start of the qualification campaign. The final whistle sparked scenes of delirium amongst players, staff and fans alike. Denmark could qualify for just their 4th World Cup finals against the odds and with a game to spare. A 1-0 home defeat to Hungary in the final group game ended Denmark's hopes of finishing the campaign unbeaten. In truth, no one in the Danish camp was too concerned about the result. After such an impressive showing in qualifying, Denmark are full of confidence and ready to cause a surprise or two in South Africa.